The old ramp truck ain't been cranked up in probably a month. Maybe not quite that long. And considering the weather we're supposed to have coming in, might want the old girl to go to work. So let's do a cold start and let's take it to town and get some provisions.
I'd say it's a nut job.
Oh. I see what to do now. A lot of people assume because when one's carbureted, it's hard to crank. But set the choke. There she is, purring like a kitten. It's not that difficult. Carbureted vehicles want to run. They're not that hard. No pumping, none of that stuff. So let's go fill this thing up with fuel and grab a couple provisions, because we may get to have some fun in the next couple of days removing cars from ditches. Let's get out here and get this party started. Yeah, get this party started. I don't know what this fella's doing. First gear is pretty much useless. All you really use is second, third, and fourth. Even when I'm loaded with a car, I never use first gear. The only time I've used first gear in this thing is when I'm trying to pull something out and I don't want to spin and tear somebody's property up. Not because the truck needs it, just because I don't want to tear somebody's property up. First stop is get a little fuel and make sure this thing's full, because I think we're going to need it this weekend. Anybody else going to be glad when this stuff is back down to about $1.50 a gallon again? She's down to, I think it says $2.75 right now, which is a lot better than it has been. Secret to these behind the seat tanks, people always complain they smell like gas. Well, if you keep a good seal, a good hose and a good to the tank, they won't. But the second thing is, don't overfill them. Don't fill them up till it's running out the side of the truck. Run it till she clicks off and then stop. Don't put another drop in it. And most of the time you won't smell any gas. Old truck looks terrible. It needs a bath. Got a lot of parked under a tree, got a lot of mildew looking stuff on it.
GSTV. Here's a sneak peek of
So much for that take receipt, right? Alright, let's get back to the house and wait on some snow. 60 miles an hour, and this thing doesn't care. I can run this thing as fast as 70 miles an hour while hauling a car, but quite honestly, the motor is screaming at 70 miles an hour, and it really sucks down the fuel at 70 miles an hour. If I keep it about 60 or under, I can get decent fuel mileage. Well, decent for what this truck is. This truck is a 460 with a granite geared 4-speed. So when I say decent fuel mileage, empty with no car on the back of it, keeping it below 60, I can get 12, 13 miles a gallon out of it. With a car on the back of it loaded, keeping it below 60, 10 and a half, 11 miles a gallon. If I get up to 70 mile an hour, especially trying to tow a car, I drop down to 5 or 6 miles per gallon. So it's a massive difference if you're trying to go with a lot of speed. But as long as you're not in a hurry, the truck really doesn't do bad on fuel. The truck's a pretty doggone good truck. Everything on this truck works, and it's a good truck. And I have driven this truck, I think the longest trip I've been on is 4 hours one way. Right now is the longest trip I've been on. But we're about to drive this thing this year. We're going to drive this thing from South Carolina here to Saxton, Missouri, hauling a race car. So it'll be on a long road trip then. But we've never had a minute's worth of trouble out of it, other than that little clutch rod issue that we had. And we done a quick little video on when we done it. Side of the road fix. That's really the only issue that I've ever had out of this truck. It's been doggone good truck. Now, some maintenance-y things need to be done. I don't know if it showed up in the video or not. Some maintenance things need to be done. And one of those things is, it's got a terrible exhaust leak on this driver's side. One of the manifolds has a little crack in it. It's been that way forever, and I need to fix it, but I just haven't. There she is in all of her goodness, sitting there at the end of the driveway, waiting on the snowpocalypse to come. Well, I come out here to turn the truck around before the snow actually started, and it's actually already started. Wasn't supposed to start till 11 o'clock this morning, and it's like 7:30. I know I have subscribers and watchers from all over the world, so some of you people deal with snow 8 months out of the year, and I understand that. Where I'm from, what we have right now, that little dusting on the hood and windshield, yeah. When we do get snow, that's the total accumulation of what we get is a dusting. Usually we get something like a 1/8 inch, or on a heavy snow, a 1/2 inch, you know, so that's normal for us when we get it. Right now, South Carolina is at over 1,000 days with no snow. So we're talking over 3 years, since we've seen snow. At least that's what the weatherman said. I don't remember the last time I've seen snow. It's been years. And, so it's not one of those things where we're worried about it. It's one of those things where we're kind of excited about it because we never get to see the white powder. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's going to get interesting. The interesting part is they're calling for like
5 inches of snow here. And again, I know some of you guys where you are, that's just a normal day or whatever, but for a part of the world that only sees less than an inch when they get snow, 5 inches is pretty much a blizzard around here. So it's gonna be fun to see where it gets and what happens. The ramp truck is fueled up in case, well, when I get the call that somebody I know is in a ditch, I can go get them out. So let's see how this works out. Oh, I do like the fact it's the fluffy stuff and not ice. Welcome to the freaky weather of South Carolina. Yesterday, started snowing heavily, like almost like a pouring rain kind of snow. Big flakes. They said we'd get like 5 inches of snow. We probably got 2, 3, and all before lunch. So it looked good. And about 1 o'clock, the sun came out and it was all gone. But it all melted. So then last night it got down to 20 degrees. So now it's just all, that's actually not snow. That's just a big sheet of ice over the top of everything. Welcome to South Carolina. Well, that ain't snow. Well, here you are. Just when people tell you that folks in the South get all the seasons, this is exactly what they mean. It is now about 3 o'clock on Saturday, and our snow storm started, I don't know, 8, 9 o'clock Friday morning. We went from snow to sleet to ice. We went from 20s to now we're in the upper 50s, 55, 6, something like that, mid to upper 50s, and not a single flake of the snow left. The sun burned it all off today. So keep that in mind if you ever think about wanting to be in the Southeast. We tend to get all the seasons at once. I just thought I'd take some of you guys along the ride of what some of you may think is the weirdest weekend of weather ever. Around here, it's just normal. We always prepare because we don't know what's coming. So I prepared for a storm. Got the old ramp truck ready to help people out of ditches because, well, there were still cars in ditches. Knowing that it probably wouldn't get that bad. There's always that chance. Well, guys, this was more of a fun video, so hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, do all those things. We really, really wanted to get the Galaxy out this weekend and test it. Fortunately, ahead of a lot of this, a lot of tracks closed this weekend. Expecting more weather than what we got. A politician's promises is more reliable than a weatherman. So hopefully in a week or so we'll be able to get the Galaxy out and do some testing with it. You guys hang in there. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you to each and every one of you. To him be the glory. Guys, we'll see you on the next one where we'll be doing something car related. Weather dependent on what it is.
I'd say it's a nut job.